Armin, I'm sorry. I gotta pick your brains again with Imran Khan because because a lot's been going on, and I have a feeling that maybe he might have heard me or watched one of my videos or something, because he kind of parroted what I've been saying for a very long time in my criticism of him about Western values, about secularism and democracy, etc., being Western values, quote unquote. Um, and the United States and the free world stands behind the democracies and democratic processes, albeit there's some shady transactions as well. But as you know, Imran Khan has been. I mean, what's happening in Pakistan is definitely not democratic. I still believe he's by far the most popular leader in Pakistan, and the way the military is dismantling his party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, is unprecedented, and under no circumstances this should be accepted. So Imran Khan just recently did an interview with Piers Morgan. I want you to listen to it. So before I play you this Imran Khan's latest interview with Piers Morgan, I want the audience to remember what Imran Khan said when the United States left Afghanistan. Check this video out. Check this out.
गुलाम बनते हैं तो ये याद रखें, असल गुलामी से ज्यादा बुरी ज़हनी गुलामी है। ज़हनी गुलामी की जंजीरें तोड़ना ज्यादा मुश्किल होता है। जो अभी अफगानिस्तान में गुलामी की जंजीरें तो तोड़ दी उन्होंने।
He's saying in Afghanistan they have just broken the chains of slavery, and he was very happy. And this is just one certain clip. He was kind of celebrating the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, which is paradoxical in his way of thinking. The video that I'm about to play you. How could someone celebrate the Taliban, who did not come to power through a democratic process? How can you wish the people of Afghanistan, a totalitarian, barbaric group like the Taliban, but you expect something else for Pakistanis? So ironically, he's saying this. Listen to this.
I mean, Rishi Sunak is currently in Washington with President Biden. What's your message to both of them if they're watching this?
My message is simple. Firstly, countries only sort their problems out from within. But the professed values of United States and United Kingdom, I repeat, is democracy, is fundamental rights, rule of law. I mean, whenever they criticize Hong Kong or China with the Uyghurs or Russia, they always talk about the lack of human rights and fundamental rights and lack of democracy. But here's one standard democracy, and all these values are being violated, yet not a word from them.
I mean,
so he's yes, exactly. I mean, tell me this. Like, I mean, on the one hand, you could argue that, okay, yes, I'm a democratic leader. I'm the most popular leader. All I'm asking for are free and fair elections. And all I'm asking for all I'm asking is the West should speak up for me, for the protection of democracy in Pakistan. That's all I'm asking for. Why is everyone quiet? And one could argue that, yes, the United States and the United Kingdom and other Western powers should comment on that. There is deafening silence from that. But Imran Khan, you celebrated the Taliban. Imran Khan said Osama bin Laden is a martyr in the National Assembly of Pakistan. How do you? What is your comment? How do you? I mean, are we fair to criticize him?
Yeah, no. I just think Imran Khan. I just think that they finally took your advice. They were listening to you. And they were convinced. They were like, you know what? You're right. We shouldn't be meddling. We shouldn't be meddling. What has it got to do with us? Yeah. So they're like, they're just taking your recommendation. That's all they're doing. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because he always used to say that, oh, America, they intervene. These interventionist policies of America, that causes instability in our countries. Or China, we don't talk to them. we don't talk to China openly. We don't meddle in their internal affairs. They don't meddle in our internal affairs. Where Imran Khan says that, oh, we don't tell China publicly what happens in with what's happening with Uyghurs in China. We talk to them behind closed doors. And by the way, after this interview, Armin, Chinese media interviewed Imran Khan that, what do you mean? China sent 3 or 4 journalists who interviewed Imran Khan, and they said, what do you mean by you talk to us behind closed doors? And he said, no, we don't talk about it. We accept the Chinese narrative that nothing is going on in Xinjiang province with Uyghur Muslims. So he totally lost his marbles. But then he would criticize the West about Islamophobia, which is so trivial compared to what's been happening in China and with Muslims. And then so if you criticize the West for intervening in your internal matters, then why are you asking them? And he's literally, and we played that video where he was begging this US Congresswoman to intervene. So yeah, you're right. It's just but
I mean, did he not himself? So not only maybe the Westerners could basically follow his advice and not intervening, he himself defended the Taliban over the democratically elected government in Afghanistan, right? So there are a lot of Afghanis who are there are a lot of there are a lot of people from Afghanistan who are upset with you right now. They're like, that was our choice.
They hate us.
Supported you,
They hate Pakistan. The amount of hatred that we get online from the Afghan people is kind of it matches the hatred that we get from the Indians.
Yeah. So now you betrayed the democratically elected government in Afghanistan. So now the same thing is happening to you. Again, I'm not saying this is a good thing.
Yeah.
But you are a hypocrite for complaining. You did this to Afghanistan. You supported the force that was against democracy in Afghanistan. And now that the same thing is happening to you, we have the right to be upset about it.
Yes.
But you're a hypocrite.
Oh, that's a good soundbite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's good. I'm gonna put that on Twitter. Just that little bit. That what did you say? We have a right to be upset, but you don't. We can be upset because we stood with democracy in Afghanistan. You did not. And even in Pakistan, we can stand with democracy. We can be intellectually consistent and say that what is happening in Pakistan is wrong, but you can't say that. You can't wish totalitarianism, barbaric forms of government like that of the Taliban on the poor Afghan people, but you want democracy for your people, especially when it suits you? No, you're a hypocrite.
You know, this is like what they told about the British with the British Empire. They wanted democracy for themselves, but in other countries, they were supporting
colonialism.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So they weren't like freedom of choice for us to choose who govern us, but for the others, we will force their governors and their politicians upon them, their rulers upon them. So now Pakistan is doing the same thing. Like, oh, we want democracy in Pakistan, but for Afghanistan, they support the dictatorship of the Taliban. So,
it's actually a very good point that you made. This book, Jinnah, by Dr. Ishtaq Ahmed, is a very good book. It's a pretty thick book though, but I'll recommend everyone to read it. With the point that you made that the British wanted democracy for themselves, but colonialism for the rest, and that actually became the reason for their undoing. All these Indian leaders, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Muhammad Iqbal, Gandhi, Nehru, and so many others, when they went to England, they studied in English in Western universities, and when they went back, they realized this paradoxical hypocrisy of the British Empire. That, hang on a second, you have parliaments here, ordinary people can have the say in the matters of the state. People have democracy, people elect their own leaders, but here we don't have a right to freedom. Why not? And obviously all those leaders became freedom fighters later on, because not freedom fighters in a militant sense, but like they started a political revolution in the Indian subcontinent and got their countries independent, because that was a paradoxical system. And Imran Khan the system that you are perpetuating is a paradoxical system as well. Because again, you supported the Taliban, not the democratic forces in Afghanistan. How dare you demand democracy for yourself? And how dare you demand the United States and the UK to help you out when you were celebrating the exit?